Alright, what is going on, everyone? Hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas. Just want to make sure the mic's working here. It's been a few days since I've been on the mic, so I just want to make sure the mic's working here. I was playing around with it a little bit. So you guys just let me know if everything sounds good, and we'll get started on this pre-market analysis. Working, alright, sweet. Very nice. Alright, so it's been a pretty solid week so far in the small cap market. I was thinking, Monday, Tuesday, we're gonna be, slower days, and we're gonna get that, that holiday, week light volume. But no, I mean, I was wrong. I mean, we had a, really hot Monday and a really hot Tuesday. I actually did trade on both days. Believe it or not. I guess it's not too surprising. I was gonna take the 2 days off to relax. And I enjoy the time off. But I saw A plus setups on both days. Monday we had an A plus setup on ITCI, and then Tuesday we had an A plus setup on MBOT. So I just want to go over the trades, really quickly. I just want to show you guys what ITCI. Yep, ITCI. Got it. All right. Yeah, so ITCI, I just want to show you guys, just really quickly here, the setup we had. I see we had a, the wash trap and squeeze pattern A plus setup here on ITCI. This was on Monday. I took the share. You guys see we had extremely high volume on the 1 minute, and we set up perfectly higher low. We got this, this big parabolic, washout. We trapped sub VWAP, put in a higher low. We got a huge parabolic move here in ITCI. I was longing it right around here, right around this $24, $25 mark. Did post my charts over in Discord, and then MBOT on watch for today. This had a great setup too on what was that, Tuesday? Yeah, this had a great setup on Tuesday on MBOT. You can see here, we got this big parabolic move from the prior day. So this is on watch for a day 2 setup on MBOT. See, we got this weak open. They showed weakness, made it look like it was very weak, and boom, high volume break over VWAP. You see pullbacks are holding, and then got a parabolic up to 20 on MBOT. So really good stuff. Monday and Tuesday. Let's see if momentum can carry over into today. So MBOT, they did announce an offering at $10.50 offering price. Offered 9.5 million shares to institutions over on MBOT. So we did have an offering, but MBOT, something I said over in Discord chat. MBOT, had an offering last time it went. Went on this parabolic move. They also did announce an offering. This is back in the beginning of the year. And on that offering day, it still went. It still went on a nice move. I had to guess. I believe it was on this day here. We went to 850 and then ran back up to 1375. So, MBOT, they have done this in the past where they had issued an offering and it still went on a nice rip that same day. So, we got to keep this thing still on watch on MBOT. It is a micro float. It is held by 25% held by institutions. It's a former runner. So MBOT, definitely one we can't sleep on. The tape was just incredible. I was watching the tape on it, Monday and Tuesday. I said Monday someone was buying. Someone was buying the flow. If you guys go back and look in my chat logs, I say someone was buying here. Clearly we have a big buyer here. And went on a fantastic rip here in MBOT. So definitely one to keep on close watch heading into today. So, right now, let's map out some lines here. So, current line's going to be right around 1250. Map out that 1250 line. Going to map out, 11. Map out this 11 area. This is where we bounced off the prior day, prior low. And then, so it could keep, this 960 area on MBOT as well. I'd say anything below like 950, it's probably done on MBOT. That'd probably be my backside line, that 950, below 950. I would say backside over on MBOT. So the best case scenario on MBOT, what I would like to see, on MBOT, I would like to see this consolidate a little bit. Trap a lot of shorts. 'Cause I know shorts are going to be aggressive post offering, so I think it'll be best if we trap a little bit. Get some weaker hands too, because we did trade a ton of volume the prior day, so we're gonna have a lot of longs who are stuck. So I think it'll be good to filter some weaker hands out. Trap some more shorts, but still hold trend. Don't break that 950, that bottom trend, at MBOT. Then curl back on up, reclaim, and then make us move around maybe 10, 10:30, even 11 on MBOT. If we parabolic out of the open on weaker volume, it could just be a fade back on down on MBOT. I'm not saying just because I had an offering last time doesn't mean it has to run, today again like it did last time off the offering. It's just something to keep note of. So what we got to do is just play our lines, play our setups, play our chart patterns, play the volume, play the price action. That's all we could do. We speculate all we want, but we have to react. So that's going to be the game plan on MBOT. I have our lines mapped up. I'll wait for some sort of pattern to develop. Ideally, it happens 10 a.m. plus. That would be the ideal setup here on MBOT. All right, so that's going to be the game plan on MBOT. Next, we have NLNK. NLNK, guys, I did start the scaling small on this one. I'm kind of thinking, a possible swing on this one on NLNK. You can see we closed relatively strong the prior day, so it did close pretty strong the prior day. It did have a pretty good, catalyst and news headline on NLNK. NLNK, you guys can see, is held by 27% held by institutions, 22% held by insiders, 36 million in float. NLNK is known for going on, multi-day runs, in the past, so it is something that it has done before. You can see back in 2018, it did go on, this multi-day move here on NLNK. Float is a little bit higher, 36 million, but NLNK, we'll be looking for this one to, close strong again on NLNK. If it doesn't, I'll probably cut it off. But I really liking the volume so far in pre-market. We were doing some pretty massive volume here in pre-market on NLNK. Right now we're at 1.2 million in volume, so we'll be looking for this thing to continue to grind on up throughout the day on NLNK. So do have a small position on this one. I'm seeing this 275 line, so this would probably be my cut it line. So I want to see it hold above 275 on any dips. So this will be keeping this one on close watch on NLNK. And we'll have that 325 resistance mark. So that's going to be the game plan on scan today. Just MBOT, NLNK. Oh, we could go over ITCI. Oh yeah, and SAVA. Yep, SAVA as well. NLNK is also easy to borrow too. Also an easy to borrow name. Yeah, so I'll go over ITCI and SAVA also. And ITCI, this one, this was our big runner on Monday. You can see it's still been holding trend here. It hasn't cracked trend on ITCI. So this could be another one. Watch for possible weak opens, and then to look to join trend for possibly 40 plus on ITCI. So we could map out some areas of support here. So we can see we have this 3750 line here. Below that. Let's kind of look prior day here. So you can see we had some right around this 37 line. We had some support. You can see dips held, and then we have the low from the prior day right around 36. So these are going to be the lines I'm going to have mapped up here on ITCI. So we can see look to pull back into one of these three lines here for a weak open, for curl back up to join trend for possibly 40 plus on ITCI. But make sure you're waiting for the higher low. You can see we got this higher low confirmation here. and we higher low and we rally back up. So wait for trend to prove it's gonna hold. Wait for it to come back to your line, retest, hold, retest, hold, retest, hold, showing that that line is strong, not just come down once and it's an automatic dip buy. Wait for the trend to really prove itself that it's gonna be strong. All right, so let's look at SAVA. Oh, there we go. NLNK back at 310. So just holding on to a position there on NLNK. All right, SAVA. Now, SAVA has been a really strong stock, guys. It's been a really strong stock. Had that initial day one, catalyst day, and you can see, we've been holding trend, and we got this parabolic move on up. Now, SAVA, guys, starting to get a little overextended here, 460s. It's really, this is, kind of getting to like, the CLVS, SSI type parabolic where it's getting up really high. So, and this is something that I'm not interested. It's just up a little bit too much. Maybe, one of these 3 days, but now we're capped up to 460. I mean, it's starting to get, a little bit risky, getting up here, especially on the long side. Still on the short side, it's tough, be careful trying to pick the tops too on these things. I mean, they could go higher than you think. You've seen CLVS, you've seen some of these multi-day runners, how strong they could be. So wait for the backside, guys. There's still a lot of meat to be made here on the short side too. So I mean, heading into today on SAVA, we have this $4 line as some support. We're gonna have this $5 mark as resistance. $5 is a tough resistance line. And I would say current support, probably look back down to, this 425 area, natural support line, 425. You can see held there, 425, every 25 cents, natural support, natural resistance, so 425. Like I said, if you're playing these setups, how I like to play these multi-day runners, wait for the week open, hopefully get that week open, look to join trend, for some more upside. Do not be buying, parabolic. Don't be buying the $5 breakout. That's how you're going to get crushed. That's how you're going to destroy your account. Wait for a week open for it to rally back on up to join trend. So that would be my game plan. If I was playing SAVA, which I probably won't be, it's just up too much, overextended for me, I'd be waiting on the long side for a pullback to 425 or 4, for a rally back on up. On SAVA. So that would be my game plan on it. If I was looking for long on it, please don't be buying the $5 breakout. I will slap you through my screen. Do not do that. I don't want to see anyone getting crushed on a breakout. Then you get the stuff move like this. You see people buying this 475 breakout, adding, thinking it's going to break over 5. Now it's back at 440 and you're down 50 cents. So just not a good strategy. Make sure you don't chase. All right, so that's gonna be it for the the game plan this morning. All right, let's see. I do have some questions here. Mitchell Watts, what program using to watch MBOT Level 2? This is eTrade Pro. eTrade Pro Level 2. CANF. Thought I saw that one hit the scans once. Let's see. CANF. Yeah, CANF, just another one. This one gaps up a lot. It's known for gapping crabs on CANF. Just not something I'm too interested in on CANF. You see each time gap up, fails, gap up, fails, gap up, fails. So, not one I'm super interested in unless it started doing some serious volume. XRF. Trying to hold up a little bit here. Light volume play. You can see only 82,000 shares traded. One to keep on the back burner, XRF, maybe if it catches some momentum. So we could keep this name, the China name, on the back burner on XRF. So I'm going to write that one down just in case you don't get some momentum towards it. Alright, so we got about 5 minutes till the market opens. So we got about 5 minutes to the market opens here. Main watch out of the gates is going to be MBOT and NLNK. These are going to be my top 2 watches. Oh yeah, ASRT. Yeah, I said ASRT could be a good swing on ASRT. So you're still on that watch. You still have this room to run here to the upside on SRT. You're still holding above $1 pretty strong. So this one could be worth a swing watch versus $1 on ASRT. Excuse me. So still keeping that one on watch. Oh, awesome, Chris. NLNK just hit CNBC. Great. Yeah, I'm still holding NLNK. So that's good news for us. And just make sure everyone's being safe today. It is still post-holiday. Yesterday was Christmas. You could see even on the stream, we have 150 people watching. Usually we have more. So we could be having some people take off for the holiday. So just make sure you guys are being careful, being smart, being safe. Still, my approach my approach is still the same into this week as it was last week. Not looking for a home run type play. If it comes, it comes. I'm looking for first targets only on my exits. So just playing it safe. These few holiday weeks. All right, so 3 minutes until we open on up. Wow, look at this XRF, guys. XRF, doing some good volume here. Starting to break out a little bit. So here's XRF, guys. This was on our back burner. Now it's probably going to be on closer watch here on XRF. Starting to go a little parabolic here. So definitely we're going to turn our attention a little bit towards XRF out of the open. Alright, so I'm gonna keeping up XRF on watch here out of the gates. This is a China name on XRF. We know Chinese stocks are some of the craziest in the entire market, so we'll be keeping this one on watch here out of the gates. Let's see what Yahoo has to float. Yahoo has to float around 4 million. Alright guys, market's about to open. 1 minute. Make sure you guys are being smart. Don't chase. Don't give in the FOMO. Wait for your setups. Wait for your lines. Now let's all have a good trading day. Alright guys, we are open here. Market's open. So let's see, watching MBOT, NLNK, and XRF right out of the gates here. So these are my top 3 watches at the moment. So we're going to have some 325 resistance. Oops, let me throw up the new scanners here. Throw up the new scanners. There's NLNK, guys, coming up to 320. NLNK, I do have a position here on NLNK. Here's 325, guys. NLNK, nice volume out of the gates. It's happening to me a lot. A lot of my swing trades lately have been turning into like day trades. Kind of coming into the idea what the swing thesis, but then it turns out to be a day trade some of the time. So, so let's see. Don't worry, Chris. I know you're not. You're not spamming. I know. Nightbot's just probably not in the best mood. Look at this, guys. MBOT right out of the gates, too. MBOT right out of the gates. 13 up to 1450. So it doesn't even look like MBOT's going to... Doesn't look like MBOT, wants to, get that week open and consolidate for us and cure later on. Just going straight up here on MBOT right out of the gates. Same thing with XRF. Wow, so a lot of these plays, going parabolics right out of the gates. XRF parabolic out of the gate. MBOT. So, you guys know I like to trade. I don't like to, jump in anything right out of the gates. So, I'm just going to be sitting back, waiting for, the play to come to me. Let the trade come to you guys. Don't force. If it goes parabolic, just tip your hat to the stock and just say, good for you. But, I was a disciplined trader today and, I didn't chase. Because sometimes that will happen. Sometimes it will happen. Let's go straight up. Won't get that pullback. You get angry, you chase, and then you get crushed. So don't be that trader. Don't be that guy. Alright, so still same 3 plays on watch. MBOT, XRF, and NLNK. Yeah, XRF, being a beast this morning. Being a beast here on XRF. Look at this, coming up to 5 now. XRF. No sort of pullbacks yet, just straight up. Look how straight up we are, guys, from 275 all the way up to 480. Wow, look at this, guys. XRF coming up to 5 here. $5 touch. Huge volume, guys. Huge volume on that candle right there, guys. That is crazy, that volume we did right on that candle. So we'll definitely be watching, guys, XRF for any possible pullbacks if we could get it here. I mean, this is absurd here on XRF. Just straight up, huge volume on that candle right there. Jeez. Relax, XRF, man. Good for anyone if you guys are in, but this is insane here. Just skipping dollars on air here. Printing money. Can we get any sort of pullback here, XRF? Come on, any sort of pullback? So I could be looking for, a washout long here on XRF. So right now, main two focuses XRF, MBOT. Stocks right now currently on the level 2. So it's trying to hold $5 here. Trying to hold $5. So just keeping it on close watch here. I like the volume here on XRF a lot, but just can't chase. Need to see some sort of pullback. You know, if I'm going to look for, my washout long setup. MBOT too. MBOT also curling, guys. MBOT trying to curl. All right, so a little bit of a pullback here on XRF. Alright, so just keeping it on watch. Also keeping MBOT on watch too. MBOT pulling back. MBOT back at 1350. MBOT back at 1350. You see, it'll be a little bit more of a chasey entry, but I mean, right here, I would say you'd be risking that 450 area on XRF if you guys like it. So kind of be that 450 area on XRF. Trying to hold this upper $4 region. I was eyeing more around, this area here, this $3.80, $3.90, $4 area, but doesn't look like we're getting it right this second here on XRF. Just trying to go retest the highs here. Stuff move here at XRF. You can see soaked right back on up. Anyone in on XRF? Or are you guys waiting for that pullback? Thing is, you got to give it some room, so you can't really size in. I mean, if you're getting in, 480s, 490s. Starting to curl a little bit here, guys. Starting to curl a little bit here on XRF. So watch it here, guys, for, volume spike. Still also holding NLNK. I'm still in NLNK. Just looking for kind of a, slow grind on that one. So it's not my main focus right now. Just watching XRF. Alright, so another pullback here. We'll see how the tape looks. Alright. XRF. Alright, here's this pullback, guys. So here's this pullback here on XRF. Alright, so getting this pullback here. So let's watch it around, this $4 area. Good morning, Lavinia. Lavinia, we're watching XRF here for a possible, washout long here. There we go, guys. It's NLNK, guys. NLNK, new high a day. NLNK swing, new high a day. So I am holding on to some shares of NLNK here. Coming up to 340 now. Gave you guys a heads up on this one, NLNK. All right, XRF. Let's see. Let's see how it looks coming down to $4. All right, guys, I'm back. I apologize about that. So XRF coming right around here, right at this $4 line. So let's see how he reacts. This would be the area which I would see a possible bounce coming on up, right around this 380, $390, $4 area. All right, so let's see. Watching it closely right around here. So I did start to scale a little bit, guys. I did start to scale a little bit here, right around $4. So it starts to scale a little bit here, right around $4 here on XRF. Looking for this washout long. There we go. NLNK, guys. Big time here on NLNK. 350s. So I am going to look to take a little bit of NLNK off here. 360s, wow. So NLNK, big time trade here. Alright, so I did sell some there. Look at the tape on it. NLNK, just huge offer, just eating everything on the bids. So I did take some off there, holding 2,000 shares left. And sorry if you guys hear a lot of background noise, just the family's off for the holidays, so maybe a little bit more noisier than usual. All right, so XRF, just keeping an eye on this one. So looking for a bounce, coming on up here. Alright, so 380s here, NL and K. We'd like to see it bounce. This is kind of this area right here, 380s. Yeah, MBOT curling. Wow, MBOT back over 15. So solid play there on MBOT. Solid play there on MBOT. Did have one less add too on XRF, so I'd want to see it bounce, right around this area. If not, I'll cut it. So I did get one more add in here on XRF. Yeah, MBOT beasting. Cut it out. Oh, sorry guys, my dog's just playing around here. Sorry about that. Alright, let's see XRF. See if we get this bounce coming on up. So I do have my finger on the trigger here. If I have to cut it here on XRF, I'll let you guys know. So what we want to see here, guys, is some higher lows being starting to form here on XRF. So we want to see some higher lows starting to form. We want to see us get back over 4 and start the base over 4. So it looks like we have a seller there. We have a seller there at 390. 25K shares. So we have to take that guy out at 390. Yep, never satisfied. I'm in NL and K and XRF at the moment. These are my 2 holds, 2 day trading holds. Is NL and K a wash trap and squeeze pattern? Let me take a look. I haven't even been really looking at the chart on it. Just been having other stocks up. Let's see. Yeah, NL and K. This is indeed a wash trap and squeeze pattern. Yep. Got that higher low there at 310. We got the parabolic move on up. You guys see that? The wash out, trap, squeeze. Let's see. Can I show the wash trap and squeeze pattern? Yeah. Show it one more time. Yep, and this is an example here. We got this parabolic move on up. Got the washout, the higher low pattern, high volume break above view up. We get this push all the way up to 360. All right, here we go, guys. Just XRF, guys, getting back over 4. So let's see if 4 can start the base now in XRF. See if 4 could start the base here on XRF. I am holding a 395 average here on XRF. All right, let's see, guys. Starting to get some volume here. XRF. So 4 could base here, guys. We could be looking pretty good here for a possible, breakout. It's not a breakout, excuse me, a push coming on up. So we want to see 4 start the base here. For any sort of move back on up. All right, XRF. Let's see if we can get back over 4 here. So if we get back over 4 and start the push here. First target will be, 430s, 440s on XRF. My first sell target. All right, here's NLNK, guys. NLNK starting to retest the higher day. Still holding 2,000 shares left on that one. Hey, you guys are quiet today. Not much chatter today. I guess everyone's a little tired from the holidays. Seeing a lot of people taking off too. Usually we have a lot more viewers on the live streams. Anyways, let's see here. XRF. We want to see 4, really start the base. Just concentrating, yeah. CANF hitting the scans. Light volume. Alright, let's run through some of these top gainers, make sure we're not missing anything at the moment. XRF, we're on this one. NLNK, we're on this one. HSDT, trying to curl back around here on HSDT. You can watch it if it gets back over 130. CANF, light volume. And let me XRF starting to push here. Let's focus here. Alright guys, let's see. 415s now on XRF. So starting to push on up here on XRF. First target's coming on up. Here we go guys. Here's 430s. Gonna look to lock a little bit in here. So I just sold half here on XRF. Nice job. We'll see if we get more of a push here. I'm still holding some shares left. Still have 2,000 shares left here on XRF. So great job, guys. Make sure you guys are taking profits along the way. So you guys can see where we bounced. We bounced right off our lines here. This, like I said, $4 around this 380 area. We had a little bit of a breakdown, but you can see we reclaimed. So this is where we got our bounce, and first targets were met here. 430s, 440s. So make sure you guys are taking along the way. So I am still holding some for a bigger picture move on XRF. Did lock in half. And you can see, guys, we were patient here. We were patient. We waited for our lines. We weren't chasing here. 480s, 490s. Was it tempting? A little bit. We definitely could have missed this move if it parabolic up. But we were patient. We were disciplined. We waited for the pullback. Waited for the right area to buy in. Got in and started scaling out, taking some profits here. Guys, I'll answer questions. I'm just trying to focus here on XRF. I will answer them. Just want to see what's going to happen here. All right, so just keeping an eye on this. You want to continue to see, $4 hold. LQDA light volume pump here. Looks like it's halted. NLNK consolidating here right around 320s, 330s. So I definitely think, guys, if the right volume comes back in here on XRF, it would not surprise me to see it, back towards this $5 area coming on up. So we just got to see if we get that, that volume surge coming on up here. And where's the VWAP? VWAP's right around 462. It's right around 462 is that VWAP area. Sure, a lot of shorts are probably average in here right around this 460 to 550 area. So let's see coming on up here if we get this this push. All right, guys, here's 430s. Let's see. Coming on up here to 450. You can see we're just slowly moving on up here, a light volume here. We want to see, get that big volume surge coming on up here. Just working our way up here. Alright, let's see, XRF. So we're still just holding my 395 average here on XRF. Have 2,000 shares remaining. Looking for this parabolic coming on up here on XRF. Let's see if we're going to get it for us. Alright, there's 430s on the bids. 430s on the bids. Let's see if we're going to start to clear. Alright, so just being patient here on XRF. At the same time, make sure you guys are, locking in along the way. I'm always going to tell you guys, make sure you're locking your gains in along the way. I already locked some in here on XRF. Travel thoughts. What do I call this play? This is called the washout long. NLNK. What volume do you like pre-market? We were doing good volume pre-market. I think we did 1.2 million in pre-market. We were doing good baseline volume. So I was liking the volume on NLNK. That's another reason. It's one of the reasons why I looked for the long setup this morning on it. So far, solid trade so far. NLNK, nice winner. XRF, already locks them in, and hopefully, we get the secondary push here on XRF. If not, I'll cut it, and I'll still be in the green on it because I locked some gains in. LQDA here, unhalted. Let's see what's going on here. LQDA. There's 690s, up 95% here. LQDA. Alright, sorry I have to keep muting the mic, guys. Just the family's home for the holidays. A little bit noisier in the house. Alright, let's see. XRF trying to come back on up here. LQDA. Wow, back at 610. So LQDA, big gap up here. Right back down to 6. ACOR. Nice steady grinder here in ACUR. Alright, so just still, like I said, guys, just being patient on my holds here. I have areas where I look in the scale out, and I have my stop loss in. So right now, just being patient, letting the trade, play out here on XRF. See here, forming this nice little ascending triangle pattern. Thank you, Ricky. Appreciate it. All right, so right now coming up to around 10:30 in the market. We see if we get this squeeze coming on up. 10:30, 11 area time frame. LQDA here halted on the downside. All right, so just back and forth here on XRF, but you can see we're still holding trend here. We're still holding trend here on XRF. Tape's a little bit slow, volume's a little bit light, but we're still holding trend here on XRF. So as long as the trend holds, I'm still gonna hold. And here we go. Here's a little bit of a pullback here on XRF. So do have my finger on the trigger, and I'm gonna look to take a 5-cent loss on the rest of my shares here on XRF. So all out on XRF. Overall profitable trade because I did take profits into the spike. So out the rest on XRF. All right, so I made XRF made a total of made a total of $600 on XRF, so $600 trade on XRF, and still holding some NLNK here. Excuse me, guys. We grab a quick drink of water. AQST. I'm holding a position on AQST, longer term swing. AQST working its way on up, back over 6. All right, so be careful on XRF, guys. Be careful on XRF. I'd say below 370. We could see a lot of longs start to get underwater here. A lot of stop loss could be hit, so make sure you guys are being careful, being safe. ASRT curling. ASRT starting to curl back on up. Nice. And there it is, guys. There's 350s on XRF, so starting to come back on down here. Starting to come back on down here, XRF. You can see, guys, we just didn't get that volume that we wanted to see. What we wanted to see here was starting to curl here and start to doing some much better volume. You can see just weak volume on the curl here. Just couldn't get it. Just couldn't get it there on XRF. Just didn't get the volume needed to, really get the squeeze back on up. So what time we guys? 10:24. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to X. Feel free to X. A lot of quiet people today in chat. Not much chatter today. If you guys are enjoying the stream, feel free to drop me a thumbs up. Would greatly appreciate that. And if you guys haven't already, we have a Discord chat. Links down below in the description. And turn that notification bell on. You get notified every time I go live. XRF re-entry here. Nah, I mean XRF, guys, the trend has now cracked. Right now, short-term controlled, longs are underwater. I would say, if anything, XRF, maybe later in the day. I would say we need a lot of time to consolidate, filter out some weaker hands. So I would say, if anything, we could look back on XRF maybe, around, 2 p.m. power hour time for, a possible, reclaim and squeeze. But right now, I think, it needs some more time to consolidate. And it's a little bit too risky trying to, time the bottom here and guess 350 is the bottom. Everybody too hungover to talk? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's where a lot of people are. They didn't show up today. Or they're just vacationing. Let's see. All right, Stockblock. Yeah, it is a unique week, right? It kind of feels like a Monday, but it's not. Tomorrow is Friday, yeah. How did you get a low entry before the market? I just, I bought NLNK in pre-market right around 305. And I sold into the ramps. I sold right around 355 on NLNK. And I'm still holding 2,000 shares left on it. So it's a solid morning for me. Solid morning. Not a home run morning by any means, but still had some solid trades, solid execution. I'm happy with the way I traded this morning. I'm not saying it will squeeze around 2 p.m. I'm just saying that's a time that we usually see, any sort of moves for the late day. We usually see them happen around 2:30 p.m. Eastern time. Just something I've tracked and something I just noticed, throughout, my trading career that a lot of times we see. And that's when, a follow-up move would happen around that time frame. How did I figure to exit XRF? I just knew 450 was going to be a resistance line, just a natural resistance line, 450. So I said I'm going to look to take, coming into that resistance, 430s, 440s. So I'll post my charts, but I was selling right around here, right around this 434 area, 433 on XRF. And I just wasn't a big fan of the volume. Like I said, it was still holding trend. Just wasn't the biggest fan of the volume on this ramp. It just, kind of ramped on light volume, weak volume. Just wasn't really, too convincing. If it ever sets up in the afternoon, I could look for it then. Nice EYEG swing coming up to $9. All right. So guys, I'm probably going to give it, I'm probably going to give another like 10, 15 more minutes here. Kind of a slower morning. A lot of you guys, I saw you guys hopping off, and a lot of people didn't show up today. So I'm probably going to give it another 10, 15 minutes or so and, get going myself. So if you guys have any more questions for me, comments, concerns, anything you want to talk about. ASRT moving back on up. ASRT nice back at 130. We're going to have some 150 resistance coming up on ASRT. That's going to be the high day of that prior day it ran. CANF. Some new highs. Thoughts on MBOT? Excuse me, guys. Thoughts on MBOT 14 support? A little bit more risky today on MBOT. A little bit more risky. I could see it. I can see MBOT kind of in 50-50, to be honest. MBOT to the downside or upside. Not seeing too much edge today on MBOT, to be honest. Wouldn't be surprised if it, it dumped today, and it wouldn't shock me either if it, if it broke through the highs and moved back on up. But to me, it would be more of an avoid on MBOT. It didn't set up how I would have liked it to. I would have liked that weak open, the wash trap and squeeze pattern out of the gates. If it set up like that, I would have longed it. But, we got that parabolic out of the gates, and it just, held on up. So it was a no touch for me. NLNK moving back down. Like I said, make sure you guys are being safe, being smart, taking along the way. Remembering, it's a holiday week. Less traders in the market. So make sure you guys are taking along the way. See that new IPO tomorrow, MKD? No, I didn't hear about that. I'll have to look into that. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure anything about it, so I'm gonna have to do my research on it. Something to keep note is that a lot of these IPOs recently have been really hot. We saw LMPX. What else did we see? We saw. Didn't do much, but I forgot the names. But we saw a lot of recent IPOs that have been very hot. SSNT moving on up. It's another Chinese stock. Let me see. No, United States. Distributors, United States. No, it's not a Chinese stock. Yeah, thank you, Richard. That was it. It was MNPR. Yep, MNPR. All right, Leroy was up 60. I was up 300. Got a little greedy. Yeah. Lesson learned. You learn from every single trade, guys. You learn from every single trade, win or loss. It's a good learning lesson. So I'll give the stream guys another 5 more minutes. So give it till around like 10:40ish, and I'll wrap things up around here. Gonna be a green day for me so far. 2 for 2 on the day. XRF and NLNK, my two winners for the day. Yeah, 100%. You learn from every single trade. Make sure you guys are journaling your days, tracking your trades. Look into Trader Insight if you guys don't have the you guys don't want to spend the 50 a month for TraderView like I do. You can look into Trader Insight. It's a great platform. Personally, I love TraderView. I've just been using them for a while, so I go with them. But Trader Insight's another alternative, a cheaper option, a free option actually. So if you guys want to save some money, look into Trader Insight. They actually add velocity trading too on their site. So when you guys were trading, you could put velocity. You could click on the option for the velocity trading community. So you guys could represent us on Trader Insight. I'll have to show you guys one day on the stream. Not today. Probably maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'll show you guys, their website and how to use it and stuff. Rite Aid. Yeah, Rite Aid's been killing it lately. Yeah, $18. It's still doing some great volume on Rite Aid. Looking forward for some January trading too. Historically, January has been a very hot month. A lot of companies like to put out a lot of press releases for the New Year's. A lot of traders coming to the market, so looking forward for some January trading. What do we got? 2-3 days left here in December. Yeah, we have tomorrow, then we have Monday and Tuesday, so you have 3 trading days after today for December, and then I think we're off on Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday will be the first 2 days of January. Yeah, NLNK guys coming back on down here, so NLNK, I'm gonna break even probably on the rest here, so NLNK, I'm watching it here on NLNK, and that's what I said, guys. Make sure you're taking your profits along the way. Make sure you guys are taking them along the way, and same thing happened on XRF. I mean, had the ramp on up, we were in the money and gave back its gain, so not really too surprising. I mean, we'll see if it holds $3 support, but that was a pretty big retracement there on NLNK. Alright guys, so I'm going to give it 2 more minutes here. Going to give the stream 2 more minutes. So any last questions, type in chat before I wrap it up here. It does not feel like a Friday tomorrow at all. Does not feel like a Friday at all. Yeah, Ricky, I remember that MBOT did start the January run. Do you remember that? Hopefully we could have something similar next week. All right, Derek, listen to the option channel. Yeah, yeah, guys. I usually end things around 10:30, 11. But Alex, he's been going a little bit later, so if you guys want, go check out the option channel once I wrap it up here. Really good stuff lately from Jimmy and Alex. All right, Lavinia, talk to you later. Have a good day. So I'm just gonna stick on NL and K. I didn't cut it yet. I'll let you guys know if I sell the rest. So I'm still holding it. I'll let you guys know if I sell the rest. Yeah, I can send you a link for the options channel. Just give me 1 second here. All right, there's the options channel. So it is 10:40, guys. So I'm gonna wrap the stream up now. Hope everyone enjoyed the live stream today. 2 for 2 on the day for me. Winners on NLNK, XRF. I'll be posting my entries, my exits, my charts, my P&Ls, whatever you guys want to see over in chat. So I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their day, and I'll see you guys all on option channel. Or if you guys aren't going to option channel, I'll see you guys tomorrow, first thing on the live stream. So everyone have a great rest of your day. It's gonna be it for me. Peace.